Hey, what's good? This is King Kevin Dorival checking in, and today we're going to talk about following the signs that God places before us so that we can know what to do and when to do it. Just recently, I broke my cell phone. The screen cracked, so I can only receive calls, which is a big headache, trust me. And the phone stays on vibrate, and I can't change it. I can't send or receive any emails from the phone, or text messages, or make calls. I can only receive calls through my earpiece. And I'm a very technical guy. I love technology. I have my tablet, my cell phone, my laptop. I got my desktop in the room, and my iPod somewhere around here. And one day I was working in my office, and I realized I have a lot of gadgets. I don't ever want to be dependent upon these, technical toys. So cracking the phone, and not being able to get it fixed because no one has a screen for the LG2, it has taught me a valuable lesson for these past 2 weeks. And that was, the guy was telling me, look, put the phone aside. No text messaging. No making all these phone calls, trying to make these things, these businesses happen. You've already put enough work. Sit back and let the phone ring. So literally for the past 2 weeks, I've been sitting back and let the phone ring. Luckily I have the Google number, so I can still make and receive calls to a degree, but nowhere near the luxury of making phone calls while I'm on the road or stuff like that. But I go to say that is that a lot of times, we go against the forces of nature, which is sometimes called for, if that's what the situation calls for. It's for you to go against the forces of nature and continue pressing forward. But with the cell phone situation, I wasn't, it wasn't like that. Even though I'm a businessman, I have tons of calls to make and receive, but my life wasn't dependent on it. The clients that need my services, they're going to call me. They're going to email me. They're going to leave a message. But the fact that majority of people today only communicate through text messages, it makes it very difficult when you can't do that. So I've been using the time to meditate and just reflect on what's going on in my life and to be even more productive. With my book, my documentary got coming out, my new book coming out, on top of my old book, The Courage to Believe, and the 7 Types of Queens that Kings Desire. My talk show, The King Kevin Show. So I have a few things going on. So when I have a chance to relax and meditate or pray, I take the time to do just that, and try to get my phone fixed literally 4 times in a row, and I still can't get it fixed. It was a sign to me that, look, this just isn't the time to do that. Even though you have the money, you have the time to go get it fixed. It's now the time. So maybe God is speaking to you about something that now is not the time for that. One of the things our ancestors in ancient Africa understood was there's a season and time for everything. There's a God in everything. There's a spirit in the wind, spirits in the plants, spirits in the sand, the trees, the animals. The spirits within us, it's not always good spirits. There's bad spirits as well, but that's a subject for a whole nother video. But understood, speaking life and being able to embrace life, the essence of life, the essence of the birds singing, the essence of just enjoying the sun, the sun rays and activating the melanin that's in your pineal gland, activating those cerebral juices. Hope I'm saying that right, cerebral juices. But those things are powerful. Those things are what God blessed us with. And when you're able to meditate and relax and to tap into the powers of your ancestors that are inside of you, because each and every one of us, they are hundreds, if not millions, of our strands of DNA coming from our ancestors. So they are always speaking to us. Those different ideas that drop upon us that God blesses us with. God is in our ancestors, therefore they are here today. And so when they're leading us towards something and or away from something, And we seem to avoid the sciences because we don't trust our instincts, our intuition. We've been developed because all these technical tools and gadgets to depend on these things for information and not the Spirit of God, you know, not our intuition. So when you're forced with not using your natural intellect and depending on Google for everything, or Facebook or Twitter or whatever you do online, you know what I'm saying? When you're in that kind of situation, now you have to check yourself. Find time to meditate and reflect. Find time to even fast. You know, I need to fast as well myself. But find time to tap into that quietness from within, you know, to reach that high level of consciousness. Because we put so much of our energy here and there. We're everywhere, you know, and not really where we need to be. Sometimes we just need to be home. I'm home right now, shooting this video because I wanted to get this off my chest, to speak to people out there who are caught up in the matrix, chasing every single dollar. Believe me, I know what it takes to hustle. I'm a grinder myself. But I'm going to continue speaking life over everything that I do. I speak prosperity over them. I speak the blessings over them. And that's why I wear this necklace here, the Ankh symbol. I wear this because it reminds me of my ancestors. And this is representing the feminine entity along with the masculine entity, the cross, which represents the phallus of a man. And the circle represents the womb of a woman, with the womb of woman being on top and the masculinity, or the masculine energy, the positive energy of a man holding her up. That's the key to life. That's what the Ankh represents. So knowing that, knowing my history, I find peace in that. You know, and just because, you know, our ancient ancestors, you know, happened thousands or hundreds or millions of years ago, they're still present today. And we may think they didn't have, you know, technology back then, but they did. You know, especially in Kemet, they made their own battery. That's technology. So they have things to be distracted with, but not like us today. I mean, we got so many things, and these are just a couple of gadgets that I mentioned here. With the cell phone, the tablet, and the laptop, the iPods, the iPads, the Google glasses, the, you know, YouTube on television, the Netflix, you name it. There's a million and one things to get distracted about, but believe me, we must keep our minds focused and be able to observe the signals, the signs that God places in front of us. There were plenty of other examples of me having signs pointing to me doing different things. Like when I wanted to quit school, everybody was telling me, look, now's the time to go to school. It's hot, you know. You need to go ahead and relax, take some time off, reflect, leave the country, come back. I'm like, no, God was not pointing me towards that, so I didn't do it. If I did not do that, I wouldn't have my college degree sitting over there. If, you know what I'm saying, I possibly wouldn't even have a couple of chapters written in my book, Courage to Believe. You know, this wouldn't have happened. You know, it wouldn't have been, that situation is what caused me to write this book. So there's so many different things that, you know, I'm into and I'm doing, and I'm following the signs that God placed in front of me. And I want you to do the same thing too. You know, so just like my ancestors did back in Kemet, you know, I want to do it today. I don't want to build the pyramid. They already did that. I want to build something even greater and grander. And may the Lord continue to guide my steps. That's in the Bible. May I develop something even bigger than this. But I would not do it if I ignore the signs. Meaning that if I ignore the signs, that means I'm going to be ignoring some of the blessings that God has before me. And I don't want you missing out on your blessings. You know what I'm saying? So be motivated, be encouraged, do what you got to do by any righteous means. That means do things righteously, not just get money by any means or accomplish your goals by any means. That means you're willing to cut down anybody, you're willing to drag anybody from top of the ladder, throw them down. Because same people you grab to throw back, you know, throw down, you're gonna meet them going down yourself. That's karma. You know, the universe is gonna give you what you put out there. So Be mindful what the universe is putting before you, because anything that the universe puts before you is something either it's going to lead you to a different place or it's going to take you away from a certain place. Either way, it works towards your benefit. All lessons are good lessons. You know, they're valuable. They have something for you to learn and to apply to your life lessons. Now, there's only bad decisions, you know, while we're learning those lessons, you know, our reactions. So we must raise our level of consciousness and not react with lower level of consciousness, which is lower level behavior, doing things that are based on our animalistic instincts, you know what I mean, which is only the five senses, you know what I'm saying, taste, smell, hear, and those other ones that I'm not thinking about right now, but you know what I mean, those senses, taste, smell, hear, was it speak and see, I guess those are the five senses. Whatever they are, we must reach beyond that, you know, because there's 7 chakras, there's 7 parts of the brain, there's 7 parts of the heart, you know, so we always want to reach towards the highest one. You understand what I'm saying? So, but anyway, I'm King Kevin. I'm gone. And I want you guys to reach the 7th chakra, you know, which is the one of the brain. And therefore, you can always reach for a higher level standards and outcomes in your life situations. Follow the signals. Look for the signs, because the signs are there. And may the blessing of the Lord make you rich and add no sorrow. I'm King Kevin, and I'm out.